Everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to this Spotlight series with me, Suman Agarwal. I'm the co-founder and director of Image Consulting Business Institute. And like always, we have this Spotlight series every Wednesday, and we would love to invite one of our alumni who will share his experience or her experience and take us through their journey of what they have been doing, how was their experience as a learner with ICDI, and what is it that's in store for them in future. So my guest for today is Priyank Ahuja. He's from Gurgaon and he's a certified soft skills trainer. So let us see if he's already here, and if he's here, I would love to invite him to start the conversation. All right. Hi Priyank. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Very well. How are you doing?
I am also fine. Wishing you a very, very happy
Thank
new year.
you. Thank you. Wish you the same. I hope this year has started on a good note for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So we keep seeing, hearing a lot of things about you on LinkedIn, and you've been like an influencer there. And we would like to really know a lot about that as well. But before that, can you provide an overview of your background and experience?
Sure. Thank you so much, the lovely audience. I can see 34 people have already joined. So good afternoon to everyone. So my name is Priyank Ahuja. I have total 16 years of work experience right now, working with Accenture right now as a product lead. Prior to that, I worked with a couple of brands like Nokia, ZTE, Vodafone, as well as the TCS. I did my BTech from JP College Noida, and after completing 1 decade of experience, I did my MBA from ISB and 2 semesters as an international semester exchange program from ISB, so NUS Business School, Singapore. Thereafter, I worked in couple of roles, especially if I talk about my journey. I started as a software developer engineer, then I joined as a product marketing manager, later on pre-sale and account manager, and finally thereafter as a corporate trainer. And currently I am working as a product lead. So these are the roles I have worked till now.
पे इतना ढेर सारा एक्सपीरियंस लेके मतलब आप क्या मतलब व्हाट एग्जैक्टली अभी रिकॉर्ड बनाना चाहते हो?
No, I love to actually change the role after every 2 years. This is my
Oh,
actually
wow.
motto.
Fantastic. So I can just see the kind of experience that you have. You've been an alumni of ISB, you've done your MBA from there, and then international semester exchange in NUS Business School, Singapore. You are a corporate trainer, a mentor, a keynote speaker, and B school visiting faculty. मतलब ये list तो खत्म ही नहीं होती है. So
Yeah.
you've conducted 900 corporate training sessions.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, but not in the just 1 year or 2 year, it is around 6 years. I am also doing as on you can say in my profession as well as on part-time basis. This is the
All
overall
right.
total
And
count.
716 speaker sessions across 135 institutions. Time मिल जाता है
Yeah.
इतना सारा करने के लिए?
निकालना पड़ता है अगर आप कोई चीज को दिल से ठानो तो निकालना पड़ता है टाइम.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. You've mentored 1200 plus students and judged 53 events as a jury panelist. So
Yeah.
what really motivated you to become an image consultant and a soft skills trainer? Because you're still pursuing image and you're certified in soft skills training. तो
See, soft skills.
ये कहाँ से आया motivation?
See, soft skills is actually one of the most important ingredient wherever you worked in any corporate or you want to start up your own business, or suppose you get into the freelancing business. Soft skill is must, because these are the things which actually mandatory for everyone to succeed in the life. Let me give example. Suppose if you want to, you can say start up your business. So how you can attract the first client, how you can attract the first investor, and most important, how you can build your own team. Without having the you can say soft skill, you are not able to build your team, you will not be able to get the funding, and you will not be able to sell any product to any stakeholder.
Key skill that one needs.
Then ultimately these soft skills are actually required. Similarly, if you want to become a leader, then how you effectively communicate, how you effectively listen to the different stakeholders, this is actually must. So at every walk of your life, your soft skills are must. And this is actually something which you can't live without that.
True, true, true. Absolutely. And I think one of the most key ingredient of soft skills is first communication and interpersonal skills, so which is
Absolutely.
very, very important.
Absolutely.
So would you like to share your classroom experience when you were part of ICBI classroom, team, and you were a learner at that point of time. So how was it being a student with all the other people who were there in the classroom?
Okay. So if I talk about my soft skill experience, so all the classes actually happened virtually when you can send out in your program around 2021. And thereafter, I attended the TTT, which is 100%, you can say, in person, you can say, classroom. It happened at the Gurgaon location. And finally, I recently attended the dining etiquettes program, which is also happened in Gurgaon, which is, you can say, offline. So I have mix of both the experience, classroom as well as virtual. If I talk about the virtual one, it was good. Although I was the only male participant in the class, so I rarely get the chance to say something. But
That
the
is
facilitator,
also an advantage. Now you get so much
yeah,
importance sometimes.
yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was giving 150% weightage as compared to the other participant to say something, to share my views, to express my thoughts, and to add value to the conversation. So why I joined the soft skill program, because I want to understand how I can make the you can say training program more effective, more engaging, and what type of, you can say, up to the market examples I can quote in the classroom. So basically, when you are actually designing any training program, you need to understand the basic ingredients, just like how to craft the objective, how to decide the length of the program, and most important, how to decide the activities, how to conduct the assessment, and finally, how to take the feedback. These are the ingredients I want to learn. That's why I enrolled in the soft skills program.
Correct. Correct, absolutely. And अगर soft skills की बात हो रही है, तो we would also like your inputs on what can be the synergy, what kind of synergy can be there between soft skills and artificial intelligence, and can they ever go hand in hand in future?
Absolutely, they should go hand in hand right now. And in fact, I can say that most of the corporates, just like McKinsey, BCG, Bain, or even EY, Deloitte, or even Accenture, they have crafted AI-based learning path. So what is learning path? Let's take example. Suppose right now you joined as a fresher and you want to get promoted to, suppose, senior analyst, or suppose as a business analyst. Then what type of skill set you have to develop? Where are the gaps? So automated, you can create the assessment, and based upon that, they will provide you customized learning path, how you can develop those skill set and how you can apply in your work. Suppose if you are going to change your role from a team lead to manager, then what type of skill set you have to develop? Just like how you can build the empathy towards the team member, how you can improve the teamwork and collaboration, and whether it's a diversity and inclusion, whether it's a soft skill, or whether it's a hard skill. So everything is now automated, and you will get visibility how you can go to the next level effectively without any problem.
So tell me something. This is just out of context, Priyank. That do you actually do a lot of study on different organizations?
I am not doing study for other organization. I am actually studying about my own organization and understand what is relevant and why it is relevant for someone's role, why it is being recommended by their higher authority, and how you can effectively create the learning path.
Okay, that's really amazing. So, do you see soft skills training as a next big industry, because it's already there? It's
Yeah.
booming right now. And what is the scope for people to excel in this field of soft skills?
There is a plenty amount of scope which is required to get excel in the soft skill. Let me give example. Right now, the basic skill which everyone lacks is listening. Why? Because of so much distraction everywhere. Just like suppose if you open the mobile, any app you can take about example. Let's take Instagram. So the moment you spent at, you can say just started scrolling Instagram, you actually spend 15 to 20 minutes directly. But how you actually able to, you can say, remain undistracted? That is actually really important. So what is relevant for you? How you can actually search the right thing on your internet? That actually you can get the advantage with the help of the soft skill, because these actually soft skill are actually important, where you can actually search the right keywords on the social media platform without getting undistracted.
So tell me something, Priyank, what do you do to stay undistracted? Because temptation तो होता ही है, whatever said and done. You open social media, चाहे LinkedIn हो, चाहे Instagram हो, ये होता है कि मैं अब ये देखूं, वो देखूं, and you know what is anybody else doing? What is it that my post likes, my post, how is it doing? So how do you stay undistracted and you focus on things that are more constructive and more important to do, for future?
So I have adopted three simple measures. First of all, evaluated the main active time for my audience, where people actually able to browse my profile. Let's take example. My audience is actually highly active between 8:30 to 9:15, as well as in the evening between 5:30 to 6:30. So I used to get myself idle in these particular, you can say, duration. Second point is, apart from these particular duration, I used to put my phone on do not disturb mode, and also I have activated the timer on the smartphone, so that whenever I used to scroll in my leisure time to go through the website, then ultimately after 5 minutes to 10 minutes, ultimately the app will be automatically closed. This is your own willpower, how you actually follow it, and how you actually stay committed and, you can say, consistent toward your time management.
This I've learned for the first time, and I'm sure this is what everybody needs to do, that the app should shut automatically by itself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm going to try this. मुझे बताना कि ये
This is
होता कैसे है ताकि
no, this is
all of
there in
us.
the iPhone itself.
Oh,
You
is
can
it?
you can customize your screen time there itself.
Fantastic. Then
And
I'm going to
ultimately,
definitely
and
apply.
ultimately, the app will be automatically closed after 5 minutes to 10 minutes. If you want to reopen, then you have to first change the timer. Then only the app will be opened. And this
Wow,
is,
that's
and
that's
on
very
on
useful.
daily basis, they will show you how much hours you consumed on a particular app. Let's take
Yeah, yeah.
example: WhatsApp, you consume 30 minutes; Instagram, suppose 5 minutes; 3 minutes, suppose on Facebook. On day-to-day basis, you will get the clarity. Right now, you are getting the weekly report, but once you open the timer, then ultimately on daily basis, you will get your detail.
Excellent, excellent. So, being a LinkedIn influencer, what are the typical pain points that you observe of people? I keep seeing that बहुत सारे लोग आपसे बहुत सवाल पूछते हैं. So, how do you go about creating compelling and relevant content for people? Because I'm sure people come to you because you have a lot to offer to them.
Yeah.
So how do you balance and how do you manage to do that for your LinkedIn members?
Okay. So first understand how many users are there on LinkedIn. There are around 870 million plus users worldwide. Okay. 870 million users worldwide. And out of that 870 million users, hardly 3% of the people actually create the content.
Wow.
Rest are reading it. Rest are reading it,
Consuming.
including few are, majority of them are dead connections who never open the LinkedIn. Now, when you actually try to create the content on LinkedIn, please keep one particular thing in mind, that the people who know you, the people who are your family members, your relatives, your office colleagues, or your ex stakeholders, they will never engage on your content.
True.
They will never engage. They will just see it and scroll it and then close the app. They will never like it. They will never comment it. Now, when you are actually writing a content, understand first who are your target audience, to whom you want to write the message, to whom you want to, you can say, symbolize the content. So suppose if you are writing a content to the students, then what type of language they actually able to understand it, what type of example they can understand it. And most important is, when you are writing a content, make sure it should be engaging from top to bottom. Let me give a very simple example. Whenever we used to, you can say, go to the any local market, especially for purchasing the garment, if you see in the, you can say, the cupboard, there are so many dresses are packed. Will you ask the shopkeeper that please open the dress and let me see how it look like? No. Out of the 100 dresses, you will ask hardly 3 to 4. Now, how you will say that please open these 3 to 4? The moment you like their color, their pattern, and their design. The moment, based upon these three elements, you will actually get curiosity to see the design of to see the, you can say, garment. The moment you get open it, then you will be able to touch the feel of the fabric. And once you get the clarity about the fabric, then you go to the try room and then you try it. And then you get the feedback by standing in front of the mirror. And based upon that, whosoever accompany you during the shopping, you will also take their feedback also. How I am looking in this particular dress. So you can see how many eliminations happen out of 100, then 5, then 3, then 2, and then finally 1. Similarly, content creation is like that only. The moment you write the content, the algorithm actually showcase only top 5 lines only. Only 5 lines. If the 5 lines are not appealing, then ultimately the person will never click on the see more. So how you can make it appealing, how you can actually generate curiosity? Either start with a question, either start with the facts, or either you can pick up the trending topic. The moment the person will click on the see more, then the entire post will open. And how you actually, you can say, stay engaged from top to bottom. This is how you actually add relevant examples in the body. So first is the hook, then body, and then last is the CTA, that is call to action. Why a person will engage on your content? You have to end up with either a question mark or ask them to share their views and opinion. This everything you have to do in maximum 25 lines. So this is, you can say, the art and science of writing the content. Now, whenever you are writing a content, 99% of the user actually read it with the help of the mobile. The mobile screen is hardly 6 inches there. That's why after every line you have to mention a particular space, empty line I can say. So this empty line actually help you to improve the readability. आपको किसी को कंटेंट पढ़ाते समय आंख में दर्द नहीं करना. You have to make it engaging. You have to make it readable. That's how people will actually try to devote the time.
तो आपके हिसाब से कंटेंट शॉर्ट होना चाहिए या कंटेंट लंबा होना चाहिए या रेलेवेंट होना चाहिए? बस रेलेवेंट हो, चाहे वो बड़ा हो चाहे छोटा हो, इट डजंट रियली मैटर.
सी कंटेंट छोटा हो बड़ा हो दोनों चलता है. ओके, बट if you want to add long content, then make sure you should add 2 to 3 relevant examples and try to give your human touch. What is a human touch? You have to add the keyword I, me, myself. These 3 keywords actually help to crack the algorithm, because the more you give the personal touch, people will resonate with your words as well as your stories. This is how you can create the compelling content.
Okay. I think एक सेशन होना चाहिए प्रियांक इसके ऊपर.
Yeah, and one most important tip वो जो कोई उसको follow नहीं करता, वो ये है, before posting any content, at least try to engage at least 5 to 10 people. And after putting up the content, whosoever give the comment, you have to immediately respond back. This is how your post become active up to 6 to 7 hours. Otherwise, the post become dead after 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, fantastic. That's a great tip that you have shared with all of us. I'm sure all the audience who are here will also find this tip very, very valuable. So tell me something. You are a corporate trainer also now, and you, I'm sure you have a preferred training methodology. So how do you ensure effective knowledge transfer to the participants? Because everybody is different. Every organization has a different expectation in terms of, relevance, in terms of content. So what do you do to keep your, delivery and your knowledge effective?
Okay, so I used to adopt several measures, especially first of all, I used to study my target audience. Who is my target audience? Because without underestimating them, then you will not be able to deliver your training effectively. So first understand, are they fresher? Are they mid-career professionals? Are they senior leaders or CXO level people? Second is, be prepared thoroughly. I actually follow the principle of 85% looking at the participant and 15% I look at the presentation, because I used to make the more eye contact with the participant. Third is, I used to actually keep on asking questions one by one from the random participant to add the value, as well as to ask them if they have any query. This actually helped them to make the participants awake as much as they can. And believe me, whenever you conduct any training, there are 3 dangerous times are there. One is 11 to 11:30. Second is just before the lunch break. And third is just after the lunch break between 2:30 to 3.
But before,
so try to actually,
sorry to interrupt, before क्यों होता है? Just before the lunch break.
Because everyone is feeling hungry and they lose their patience. Between 11 to 11:30, they have a biological need. They have to go to the washroom. That's why they want the break. And after lunch break, they actually get into the sleepy mode. So you have to be very careful about these three timings. Either you can assign any quiz, either you can ask randomly, you can say participant to contribute their answers, or you can plan the break in that particular duration. Or just after the lunch break, you have to actually add warm-up activity so that the people will not go into the deactive mode. If you are able to win this particular dangerous time, then ultimately your training effectiveness will be increased. Otherwise, you will get the feedback, you can say less than 4 or you can say 3.5, something like that, which is comes under the average mode. So how I can understand that my training is effective? The moment I used to circulate the feedback form after the training, if minimum 5 participants give qualitative feedback, then I will feel that my training program is actually effective, because very few participants, rarely 1 or 2 actually give the qualitative feedback. But minimum 5 people are giving out of 25. Then it means your training effective is definitely above 4.5.
Very true. Very true. This is so important, and today I think not just me, everybody would have got some, some relevant information about training delivery, because I always used to feel that this is only post lunch that you have to be very, very careful about. But I never knew about 11:30 and before lunch also.
Try that, because you think from your perspective as a facilitator. The moment you enter into training room, think about from the other person perspective. Just like actually we use the word empathy. Put yourself into the shoes of a customer. Actually arrive at the training room at the last moment, and they are not able to, you can say, become well versed with the surroundings, with the participant. That's why they want at least break just after 1.5 hour of session. So this is the time where the lot of disconnect actually happen. If you plan the first break after 2 hours, then ultimately they will start feeling disengaged during the session. Correct. This is how the problem actually, you can just start it.
Makes absolutely logical sense, so to say. So, how do you assess the training effectiveness? Like when you've done a training, is there any kind of an evaluation process, or is there any methodology involved to assess that the training has been really effective?
Uh, it depend upon actually topic. It also depend upon the audience also. Just like if I talk about, give my own experience, whenever I used to teach the freshers actually never give qualitative feedback. They actually give the feedback on the scale of 1 to 5 only. But if I talk about the mid-career professionals and senior leaders, they used to give the feedback in the form of the comments. So understand how you are evaluating it, and understand how actually create impact in their upcoming work. So if you really want to evaluate the learning and effectiveness after the training program, you have to conduct the assessment twice. First, just after the training session, and second, after 15 days of that particular training program. This is what I actually implemented, because after 15 days, you will have the structured answer whether they have actually applied your learning in their work. If they are not able to, you can say, apply right now, then ultimately somehow either the disconnect come from your side or from the participant side, or the topic was not relevant.
Correct.
So
absolutely.
Post assessment actually is also very, very important.
The post assessment should be done by the learners, participants, or by the organization. I think it should be done by the organization.
By the organization, post assessment should be there, but facilitator has to actually, you can say, motivate people to give their feedback.
Correct. Absolutely. And you have been mentoring a lot of brands.
Yeah.
So like Graphy, High Price Foundation, Seek a Mentor, Shriram Consulting, Research Center, Career Edge. मतलब आप तो सेलिब्रिटी हो अभी एकदम पूरे.
No, ये सारे स्टार्टअप जो है ब्रांड्स हैं, these are a part of my last 3 years hard work actually. So it's not like that every startup I am engaging on every day, not like that. Every startup or brand actually have a, you can say, requirement once in a quarter, once in a year, or once in a month. That's how actually I am handling it.
So when you do mentoring, what kind of mentoring gets involved? Do you do like one-on-one mentoring session, or you do like a group mentoring session? वो क्या होता है? मतलब how exactly does it work?
90% it is one-on-one only. the what I have analyzed, especially after COVID, people are actually having a gap in terms of understanding what recruiters want and what is being taught in the classroom or what is being covered in their corporate environment. So my focus is actually lies with the students or the, you can say, professionals between 0 to 10 years. So what type of actually session I used to conduct? First is how they can crack in campus or off campus placement, how they can actually negotiate their salary. Second, how they can change their role from X role to Y role. Because I already worked in 6 to 7 different roles, that's why I am able to handle them. Third is how they can make a resume. I also oftenly getting so many calls from the senior folk that they have started their journey in the same company and they're still working since last 20 to 25 years, but they never made their CV. So they are actually feel hesitated how to make a CV and what type of skills I have to reflect if I have to plan for the leadership role. But they don't know to whom they should reach out. And that's why they want 1:1 mentorship on the same. The resume review as well as you can say resume development, that kind of session I also conducted. And third type of sessions which I mostly receive the queries from different people is how they can handle the people management issues. Just like suppose someone actually you can say junior become promoted and they become senior and how they can work in this particular environment, and most important how they can handle their difficult boss or how they can handle difficult kind of situations when they nobody's going to listen in the team, nobody's going to heard your you can say voice in the organization. These kind of people management issues sessions I also used to conduct. So typically freshers, mid-career professionals, as well as resume review or people management, these type of mentorship program I used to provide for these brands.
So, according to you, for freshers, what is the biggest challenge that you have come across so far?
Information overload.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. There is too much
Maybe
information.
also because social media is there, and that could be one of the reasons why you say information overload.
Let me give my perspective.
Huh.
I graduated in 2007. At that time, mobile phone just entered into the market. Okay. And that time only the black and white phone was there, which is having 1 inch screen was there. Only SMS was there. Internet was not at all applicable. That time the calling was also very high. And if I have to take the mentorship, nobody is around me. जो आपके पेरेंट्स ने बोल दिया, जो आपके रिश्तेदारों ने बोल दिया, वही आपको करना है. घर में इंजीनियर सारे बने तो आपको इंजीनियर बनना है, घर में सारे डॉक्टर बने तो आपको डॉक्टर ही बनना है. यू डोंट हैव इंटरनेट, यू डोंट हैव एनीवन टू गेट द गाइडेंस. तो आपके पास जो कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, जो घर वालों ने बोला आपको वही करना है. Nowadays people have so many options. They can google anything, they can connect with anyone, they can get influenced by any celebrity, and most important they have so much facilities available to get the 1:1 connect with any person. Now in this particular age you have too much data. मेरे पास data नहीं था मेरे time में, but nowadays people will have multiple data, but they are actually confused which data is relevant, which data is authentic, and that's why they end up in you can say taking decisions in a hurry which is not relevant, which is not customized to them. People try to copy someone's path, but they are not getting successful in that. So this actually is called as information overload, where you are actually getting distracted with so many people, but you are not able to identify what makes you happy and what makes you you can say grow in a particular path.
So tell me
That's why people.
something. एक बात बताओ, आप जो ये बोल रहे हो, information overload.
Yeah.
Is it good? Is it better now, or was it better when you had graduated? What is advantages?
See, every technology having certain pros and cons. Okay. If you actually search the relevant content and authentic one and reliable and credible, then definitely you will take the advantage and you will always at the top of the world. But if you follow random advices and if you fall trap under irrelevant sources, which is not at all validated by any governing body, then ultimately you will not be able to craft your career path. Ultimately, you become distracted. So it depends upon you what type of content you want to consume, to whom you should follow, and how you validate the resources. This is purely your choice.
Absolutely. So one last question to you, Priyank, that please share one most important tip on how to grow your professional network on social platforms.
You mean to say networking? Okay. See,
Professional networking.
Okay. So people actually having a misconception about networking is that whenever I need something, I can connect with any person. Just like suppose for a job, or suppose for any guidance, or suppose you can say referral, or you can say seeking any query which is coming on their way. This is actually not called as a networking. It is actually called as taking advantage in a particular situation. Networking is about how you can help the other person in their conversation, how they can add value and impact in a particular topic, and how other person know about you. Just like suppose today I am connecting with you, first time on the video call. Now you know about me. And this is was actually having a engaging conversation for the last 30 minutes. Now you know more about me, and I also know more about you, about my strength, about my weakness, about my personality, everything. And whenever any similar opportunity comes in your organization or in someone XYZ organization, definitely you will remember my name and you will refer me.
Yeah, absolutely.
This type of conversation actually should be conducted during the networking. And whenever you are approaching someone else, make sure you should have a proper ask. Why you want to connect with someone else? People directly connect with XYZ person by sending, hey, hi, hello, this is my CV, please refer that. This is not the right approach.
ये क्या हो गया है, this has become like an entitlement. If you are a part of LinkedIn community, people feel entitled to talk to you.
Absolutely.
That's not the way people should behave or react to, any connection. There is a
Absolutely.
protocol that needs to be followed in everything that you do, which people don't
Absolutely.
understand.
Absolutely. So whenever you actually approach someone, make sure you should prepare your three answers. Three answers should be why you want to connect with a person. Second, if you want a job, then why you want to join their organization, and how you will be considered as a preferred candidate over other. If you don't know these particular answers, you will not be able to justify that, because to whosoever you are reaching out, they have hardly 1 minute to go through your message. And if your answer is missing, nobody is going to reply that. This is the true sense of getting the best response from any person over the social media. But people don't know that. That's why people say that the social media platforms are irrelevant. People are actually never reply. But this is the reason why people are actually not reply, because every day they are getting 50 to 60 messages in a particular hour, or 500 to 600 messages in a weekend. So who has the time to actually go through this?
Correct. You're absolutely right. I mean, take an example of mine. I mean, I get at least about 200 messages, 200 to 250 messages every 3-4 days. So it is so difficult for one to respond to every single message, to even see if there is any inquiry or anything else. But yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, when you have overload of so many messages, that also takes a toll, and sometimes it is difficult to even respond to these kind of, messages. Of course, that's absolutely, it makes absolute sense. Now let's ask the audience if they have specific questions, because today is a great opportunity for them to ask you questions. And I think a couple of people have already shared some questions, which I realized when I was interacting with you. 1 second, let me just check. So, guys, great opportunity, because Priyank is a very, very experienced professional. If you have any question, please feel free to ask, and I'll just take some questions which had come earlier. How to improve communication as everyone is not comfortable in front of others? This is Yummy Bakes. Priyank is here to give you the response. Yummy Bakes, just wait for a while.
How to improve communication?
How to improve communication as everyone is not comfortable in front of others?
Okay, so the first basic you can say tip you can apply is talk to yourself in front of the mirror every day for at least 5 to 10 minutes, and try to record your own conversation. If you feel that my conversation is okay, and if you feel satisfied, then definitely you will get the confidence to talk to the other person. If you are not comfortable with your body language, your gestures, your voice, your pitch, your pace, your tone, then ultimately the other will not get impressed. So first thing is you should get the confidence on yourself. Then if you get the confidence, then definitely the others will definitely feel engaged in the conversation. This is how you can improve your communication.
Excellent. And also can somebody, if they're not comfortable or if they are not able to gauge or assess what they are speaking in front of the mirror, is it a good idea to record what they are saying?
Absolutely. If you record yourself, then ultimately you will able to analyze your own gestures, because gestures are also very important. It's not like that your words are important. How you communicate and at what particular pace or pitch you have communicated, that also matters a lot, because other person has to digest your piece of communication.
Excellent. That's great. So anybody else who has a question for Priyank before we end the session today? We'll just wait for a couple of minutes and then we can close the live. Don't lose this opportunity, people, because this is a golden opportunity for you to ask a question to Priyank Ahuja. So Priyank, how many...
Sorry, your voice is not coming.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you? Yes.
Yeah. Now you're audible.
How many followers on LinkedIn so far?
It's around 4,80,000.
Wow. And in what span of time?
36 months.
Great. So somebody's asking more tips on Instagram posts. Any tips on Instagram for increasing the follower base?
Okay. So first tip is you should actually create reels, and once you create the reel, make sure your, you can say, face is actually covering around 60% of the total background. And second is the average length of the reel should not be beyond 50 seconds. That is the ideal, you can say, span of the person who is scrolling your reel. And post according to the you can say available time of your audience. You have to identify by looking at your insights at what particular time your audience is actually active. This is the very crucial step, because majority of the people who are active, they have a high chances to go through your reel. Second, you have to consistently posting certain stories by asking questions or by asking them to participate in the poll, or you can share your achievements, whether it is a small or big, via stories. This will actually help to engage with the conversation with the audience. If you implement these two reels, then these two things, then definitely you will get massive increase in the followers in the next 2 months.
Excellent. How important is it to be active on LinkedIn? This is personalite in style.
Okay. So it depends upon what is your motive. If you want to achieve for a job, then definitely you should start connecting with the hiring managers. If they are active on social media, engage with their content by adding value in the conversation, because people will have high chance to get recognized if you engage with their content. If suppose your motive is to get the clients, or if you want to run a freelancing business, then you have to share your success stories of your clients onto the LinkedIn platform. This will help you to get more leads from the potential clients in the future. If suppose your motive is to become a career coach or a leadership coach, then you have to talk about your personal stories, how you actually help a mid-career professional or a fresher or a, you can say, executive to transform their role to the different level, and how actually it create impact in their life. So you, until unless you don't showcase your own examples, the credibility will never be built up.
Excellent. What advice would you give to a fresher if they feel nervous during interviews?
See, if you appear in interview first time, or suppose 50th time or 100th time, definitely the experience will not be same. Every interview will have a different experience, because the interviewers are also different, the surroundings are also different, the agenda is also different, and the role is also different. So don't assume the same thing will happen in the first interview or 100th interview. Every interview will be a challenge for you. Now, how you can overcome the weakness, or you can say develop the confidence? Very simple. First of all, arrive at the interview, you can say location, at least 15 to 20 minutes very in advance. Carry all the belongings, whatever it is relevant for you, and don't talk to anyone, especially for last 1 hour before the you getting into the interview room. The more you talk to someone else, ultimately the distraction will start happen. And don't look here and there if multiple people arrive for giving the interview. This is how you become stay focused during the interview room. Second, when you actually enter into the interview room, then make sure you should maintain eye contact with that person. If suppose you don't know the answer, no need to become worried, because nobody is looking for 100% right answers. But if you're able to give the 60% right answer, definitely you are done with the interview. And whatever you are communicating, make sure that should be, you can say, relevant, crisp, and it should be with justified examples. If you give that, follow these particular tips, definitely you will done with your interview. Well.
Excellent. I think that has been a great, great value addition to the live session today. And this is it for now. Any further questions? Because we are just about to close the live session. We'll just wait for one more minute. And if you post something, we will take it up. Otherwise, we'll close the live.
Sure.
Priyank, there has been a great, great takeaway from this session, and I'm sure everybody loved this live interaction today, including me, because I also got to learn a lot from you today. So, any suggestion for personality development courses?
If you want to avail free courses, then definitely I can suggest you go through the LinkedIn. LinkedIn give you 1 month free complimentary, you can say, premium membership. And once you avail that, then definitely you will get millions of courses access there. And under that, you can check that, especially you can say how to become an effective leader, how to, you can say, improve your communication, how you can negotiate it. These are the best courses you can avail through the LinkedIn learning. No need to spend any single money from that. It is applicable only for 1 month. Avail only whenever you are available. Otherwise, the moment you activate it, within 30 days, the membership will be over.
Right. Absolutely. So thank you so much, Priyank. It was lovely, lovely talking to you. And this is, I think, the first time we are interacting in front of each other
Absolutely.
like this. But nonetheless, it's been a really valuable session today. I would like to wish you all the best, and I would definitely want you to take some sessions with us in IMPA, ICBI, and add a lot of value to other people as well, because that is definitely going to be like a great takeaway for a lot of people. So once again, thank you so much. Thank you all the lovely audience for being here and consuming all the information from Priyank Ahuja. It's been a great experience for all of us today. And once again, thank you. And I shall see you when I'm next in Gurgaon. I would definitely like to meet you in person.
Sure, definitely. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank
On
you.
behalf of Priyank Ahuja and Suman Agarwal. We'll meet once again next week.
Thank you.